Okay, so today we will be solving more past papers for roots of polynomials, specifically for recurrence. So we have a question from October-November 2021. So the question is saying that the cubic equation x cubed plus 2x squared plus 3x plus 3 equals to 0 has roots alpha, beta, gamma. Okay, right? And the question is asking in the first part is find the value of alpha square plus beta square plus gamma square. This is basically sum of square of roots. Sum of square of roots follow the same pattern, and we have a formula for this, which is minus b over a square minus 2c over a. So value of a is 1, value of b is 2. So this will be minus 2 squared minus 2, and the value for c is 3. So this would be 4 minus, and this would be 6. So 4 minus 6 will give us minus 2 as our final answer. So this was part A for this question. Now let's solve question number, the part B for this question. So the part B is asking us to prove that alpha cube plus beta cube plus gamma cube, which is equals to sum of cube of roots. Okay, we are asked to show that this is equals to 1. So we can easily do that using recurrence method. So this is our equation, x cube plus 2x square plus 3x plus 3, which is equals to 0. Okay, so yeah, if we were to repeat this method which we learned here, we should get something like this in the end, which we can apply directly here. So let's do that instead. So wrong question. So yeah, we have to apply this here. So let's try that actually. So what's the value of a? The value of a is 1. Value of a is 1. And we have to find the value for S3. This is basically equals to S3. Okay. And this is basically S2. Okay. So we have to find the value for S3 plus what's the value of B is 2. And we have already found the values for S2. Sum of square of roots is equals to S2. So value of S2 is also minus 2. So S2 is minus 2 plus C. Okay, so C is 3. Now we have to find the value of S1, which we can easily do because S1 is equals to sum of roots, right? And sum of roots is equals to minus B over A. So the value of B is 2, so this will be minus 2. So the value for S1 is minus 2 plus D. What's the value of D? The value of D is 3. So yeah, and S0. So in the last class, I actually taught you guys a trick where S0 is always equals to highest degree of that equation, right? So what's the highest degree here? Highest degree of this equation is 3. So therefore S0 would be 3. So let's make S3 the subject. So 1 multiplied by S3 is S3. This will be minus 4, minus 6, and this will be 9. Minus 10 plus 9. S3 equals to 1. This is our answer. Let me check the marking scheme. Yeah, we are correct. Okay, so we have a question which is from October-November 2021. So it is given that sum of roots alpha plus beta plus gamma, which is equals to 3, sum of square of roots, this is sum of square of roots, this is equals to 5, sum of cube of roots is equals to 6. Okay, so the cubic equation x cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d equals to 0, which has roots alpha, beta, and gamma. Find the value of b, c, and d. Okay, so before anything, we will take this equation, copy and paste it below. Okay, so now x, this is x to the power of 3. So can we write as 3 in place of this? We can, right? Plus b, this is x to the power of 2. We can write as 2 here. Again, c, x, this will be s1 plus d. Since there is no x, so there is x to the power of 0, which is equals to s0. And all of this is equals to 0. Now, before solving any more, let's stop it at here. And now let's first figure out what this value tells us. So first this one, let's do that here. Okay, so now, so this is sum of roots alpha plus beta plus gamma. This is equals to 3, right? We also know that alpha plus beta plus gamma is also equals to minus p over a, right? Minus p over a. So since the value of a is 1, right, we are given the coefficient of x2. Since there is nothing next to it, so it's 1, right? So in place of a there is 1, so this will be minus b equals to alpha plus beta plus gamma. Now the question has told us that alpha plus beta plus gamma is equals to 3, therefore this will be equals to minus b. Let's make b the subject, so value of b is equals to minus 3. Okay, we have found the first value. Now let's find the second values, which can be found using our second equation given by the question. So let's try that now. Okay, so since we know that alpha square plus beta square plus gamma square, this is sum of square of roots. Therefore, we know that this will be equals to minus b over a square minus 2c over a. Since the value of a is 1, so this will be minus b square minus 2c. Okay, so value of b is, we calculated already, which is minus 3. So this will be positive 3, and okay, 3 square minus 2c. So 3 square would be 9, 9 minus 2c. Okay, now we are also given that this alpha square plus beta square plus gamma square is equals to 5, right? So let's put that here in place of this sum of square of roots. So now let's make c the subject. So this will be minus 4 when 9 goes there, and this will be minus 2, which will be equals to c. Minus minus gets cancelled, 2 gets cancelled with 4. So c is equals to 2. Okay, so now we have to find the value for d, which we can do by using this, right? So S3, we know the value of S3. This is basically S3, sum of cube of roots. This is equals to S3. So in place of S3, we can write 6. The value of b is minus 3, so minus 3. So in place of S2, we can write 5. This is basically same as S2. So this will be 5 plus 2. The value of c is 2, right? And in place of S1, we can write 3 plus d, which we have to find, right? And value of S0 is always equals to highest degree of that equation, which is 3 here. Okay, so d3, so this would be 6 minus 15 plus 6 plus d3. Let's make this the subject. So d3 will be equals to minus 3, positive 3. So d will be equals to 1. And these are our answers. B minus 3, C equals to 2, and D is equals to 1. Okay, so let's try this question. This is from May, June 2021. So the cubic equation 2x cubed minus 4x squared plus 3, which is equals to 0, has roots alpha, beta, gamma, and Sn notation is equals to this. Okay, Now, first of all, we have noticed that there is no x term in the equation. So let's first rewrite the equation and add the x term so things are easier for us. So 2x cubed minus 4x squared plus 0x plus 3. Now we have added our x term. Since it's not there, so it's meaning the coefficient with x is 0. Okay, so this is our new equation which we will be using throughout the question. So part A. The part A is asking us to find the value of S1 and S2. Okay. Now we know that S1 is equals to sum of roots. Okay, and the sum of roots is equals to minus B over A. Right? So the value of B is minus 4, A is 2, C is 0, and D is 3. Okay, so this will be minus 4 being multiplied by minus and divided by 2. So the value of S1 would be positive 2. Okay, now let's solve for S2. So as we know, as we did in the last question, S2 is always equals to minus B over A square minus 2C over A. Okay, so let's solve. The value of my B is minus 4. This will be 2 and squared minus 2. Value of C is 0. So this will be 0. So S2 is equals to 4. Okay, this was our part 1. Let me make a box. Okay, now in the second part, which is B, the question is asking us to express Sn plus 3 in terms of Sn plus 2 and Sn. Okay, so how do we do this? Let me make a line here. Okay, so part B, first part. Okay, so we have to express this equation, express Sn plus 3 in terms of Sn plus 2 and Sn. Okay, so first of all, my advice is to take n as 0. Okay, just to make things easier for us. So we will take n as 0 to eliminate n. So this will be Sn, this will be S3 because n will be 0 and 0 plus 3 is 3. This will become S2, this will become S0, and if we had Sn plus 1, it would become S1. Okay, so now we have our equation as this. Right? So if we were to follow this method again, in place of x cube, we will have sum of cube of roots, which is what we want. Okay, S3 is equals to sum of cube of roots, right? So let's put S3 in place of x3, x to the power 3. So this will be 2s3 minus 4. And in place of x to the power square, we will put S2 plus, in place of x, we will put S1 plus 3. And in place of x, since there is no x variable here, it's basically x to the power 0. Okay, so S0 will be in place of x to the power of 0. Now we simply have to make S3 the subject. So this will be 2s3, this will be minus 4s2, this will be 0, this will be 3s0. Okay, so let's make this the subject. This will be S3 will be equals to 4 divided by 2 S2 plus 3 divided by 2 S0. Okay, cancel, this will be 2, so S3 will be equals to 2 S2 plus 3 over 2 S0. Now let's add back the end term, since end term is equals to 0 and it's being added. So yeah, let's rewrite this with the end term. So this will be equals to S3 n plus 3 equals to 2 S n plus 2 plus 3 over 2 S n. This is our final answer. Yeah, this is our final answer. Let me fix this. Yeah. Okay, so I made a mistake here. So since 3 over 2 goes towards the other side, this will be minus. I didn't put a minus sign here, so let's do that. So this will be our final answer. Oops. This will be plus, this will be minus. So this is our final answer. So now let's try second part. For part B, they are asking us to find the value of S4. Okay. So what would be the value of S4? First of all, let's copy and paste this equation back, so things are easier to visualize. Okay, so to use S4 in our equation, we need to make the highest power of x equals to 4. How can we do that? By multiplying x by the whole equation. Okay, so this will be 2x to the power 4 minus 4x cubed plus 0x squared plus 3x. Okay, now we can input S4 in place of x to the power of 4. So this will be 2S4 minus 4S3 plus 0S2 plus 3S1. Okay, now we have to find the values for S3. S2 we already know the value of, which is 4. We solved it in the first question, and S1 as well, which is 2. Okay, so this is 4, this is 2. Now we need the value of S3. So in here, we made a sign error, but now it's fixed. So yeah, we have actually find the formula for S3. We just need to input the value for S2 and S0 to find S3. So let's do that. So let's do that quickly. Okay, so this will be S3 will be equals to 2, S2 is 4, minus 3 over 2, S0 is same as power of highest degree, which is 3. So this will be 8, this will be 9 over 2, this will be 16 minus 9 over 2, and in the end we will be left with 7 over 2. Okay, now let's input this value of S3, S2, and S1. Let me do that here. So 2S4 minus 4, 7 over 2 in place of S3 plus, okay, so 0 is being multiplied by 4, so this will be equals to 0, so let's not write that. Now S1, which is 2, is being multiplied by 3, this will be 6. So 2S4, 2 and minus 4 gets cancelled, 2 is left, minus 2 multiplied by 7 plus 6. So 2S4 minus 14 plus 6, 2S4 minus 8. So S4 will be equals to 4. This is our final answer. So this question was of 6 marks. Yeah.